From a distance, a lonely canoe and two figures paddle in the Fangbe River in Yenagoa Council area of Bayelsa State. The water is quiet, save for the meaningless chatter of happy children as the weary fishermen approach the shore. I meet Endurance Kulukulu at the waterfront of his community. After toiling all day, all he gets is this dangling fish, struggling for survival. The young man was a private awaiting promotion in the Nigerian army in 2014 when he and other soldiers faced a court-martial for refusing to fight terrorist organization Boko Haram in a special mission to recapture Dalua and Damboa in Borno State. Endurance Kulukulu is willing to share his experience with me, and of course that painful disengagement from the Nigerian army.
We went to Damboa, Goza, Polka, Atagara, Gava 1, Gava 2, all those places we walk around. We went to Gamburu Gala, Meduguri, Mariti, close to Shad. We have been dealing with them, not until equipment that they did not give to us to go and fight. So what we use is only yilos. What we need before is APC. I'm alive today, I'm even thanking God. We enter in an ambush. We lost about 21 men. 2 by 19 is what we lost that day. So we now say they should give us this weapon to fight those deadly sects. They refuse to give us. So we say, except they give us that thing, we cannot go and commit suicide.
I'm in Ikodo Streets in the Ikeja area of Lagos State, where I've come to speak with Daniel Audu, one of the soldiers granted pardon by the President Muhammadu Buhari administration after a Council of State's approval.
Nigeria is not being fair to us. I fought for this country in the Northeast there more than a year, and you discover that when we embarked on mission, we lost some competent men that are supposed to be the defender of this country because of inferior weapon. And we are still appealing to the government that without that weapon, this country cannot withstand the challenge that is ongoing. For how long that the military are there fighting in Meduguri? If we are being given the appropriate weapon, fighting Boko Haram won't take us more than 6 months, because I know the training we had.
Sunday Godwin was a private at the time of the incident. Now a pastor, he lives in a remote part of one of the southwestern states of the country. The army authorities charged a total of 58 soldiers with mutiny and were sentenced to death by a court-martial in December 2014 for demanding weapons when the general officer commanding the 7th Division of the Nigerian Army visited a military camp in the war zone. 12 soldiers were earlier convicted and sentenced to death in September of the same month, raising the number to 70 on death row.
That's in 2014, December 17. We were given death penalty by firing squads. We were moved to Kirikiri prison. The death sentence was now commuted to 10 years imprisonment. With the effort of God and the effort of Sanfemi Falana, because he never give up. All through this journey, he never give up. He made sure we get justice.
His narrative paints a picture of survival in the face of what he describes as unmatched weaponry at the battlefront.
If you see the kind of weapon those terrorists are having, in fact, we wish we are the one having this kind of weapon. Within 24 hours, those terrorists will not survive it. RPG have become, some of them, their personal weapon. You see them with MPMG, BNG. You see them with AK-47, with different type of bomb, mortar bombs. Even missiles they use it. They have all kinds of sophisticated weapons. Those Boko Haram, whenever they see us, they will say they should catch us with hand. It's only AK-47 we have. They should catch us with hand. They will be saying, Kamasu, they are another way, should catch us with hand. And if they are coming in numbers, thousands.
In chronological sequence, the soldiers were detained on August 4, 2014. A court-martial started on October 17 the same year. They were sentenced to death on December 17, 2014. After a year, the death sentence was commuted to 10 years imprisonment in December 2015. However, it is believed that the grant of a pardon by the Council of State in 2021 may have been strengthened by the interim report of an arms procurement panel set up earlier by President Muhammadu Buhari to probe the military procurement process by the previous administration. President Buhari alleged that under the previous administration, troops were denied weapons to fight Boko Haram and thousands of lives were lost because of rampant fraud in the procurement process in the light of an alleged diversion of $2.1 billion voted to buy equipment for the armed forces to fight against the insurgents through the office of the National Security Advisor under retired Colonel Sambo Dasuki. The allegations were denied by the retired colonel and former President Goodluck Jonathan's statement that he never approved the alleged arms deal somehow doused the controversy generated. Intrigued by Femi Falana's decision to take the case of the 70 soldiers pro bono, I visit the chambers of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria at number 35 Adekunle Fajuyi Way in Ikeja, Lagos State. He gives reasons for taking up the matter.
They didn't join the army to commit suicide, but to fight. If in the process of fighting to defend the country, they lost their lives, that shouldn't be a problem. But not to give them weapons to fight, for us, was a criminal action on the part of the authorities. But the members of the court martial didn't listen to us. They convicted and sentenced them to death. Convinced that they were innocent, we took up their matter with the military authorities. So their sentence were committed to 10 years imprisonment. Later, we kept on the battle for their absolute freedom. President Buhari considered our plea and granted them absolute pardon. That was in 2022.
It's over 2 years since the Council of State granted pardon to the 70 soldiers.
By now, you will have expected the military authorities, in line with the terms of the pardon, to have admitted them to the military, restored them. But the military said, Mr. Falana, please, for one reason or the other, we didn't want to encourage this kind of conduct. We wouldn't want to take them back, but can you please persuade them to be paid off? Okay, we discussed with our client. They said, why not? Give us our discharge certificates and pay us our terminal benefits so that we can, go back to the society. We have been in that battle for over 2 years. no explanation has been offered. No reason has been adduced for not paying them their terminal benefits. Up to now,
they had served 10 years in jail, but a reintegration into the society as civilians has not been easy, as a non-release of their discharge certificates has proven to be a stumbling block to their economic survival. Rescued by the heavens, a soldier's tale in the line of duty is a story of faith, perseverance, and the enduring power of hope. Its author is one of the 70 soldiers disengaged from the army, but grateful to be alive to tell the story.
Muhammad Buhari, former president, gave us pardon July 2022. Ourselves and other senior officer. The senior officer has collected his entitlement, General Kuti. He has collected his entitlement since then till now. In fact, as we are now, we cannot even secure a better job anywhere. Wherever you go, they request for your discharge certificate. And at this time, we are still here. We couldn't get our benefit. Our children cannot go to school. The other day, one of our colleagues fell sick. We have to start begging money to treat him.
I wanted to join a security company, but when I go there, I told them I am a military personnel. They asked me, where is your discharge certificate? So for that, I couldn't get the job. Since then, no job, no nothing.
In response to human rights lawyer Femi Falana and the 70 soldiers, the director, Army Public Relations, Major General Onyema Nwachukwu, sent a message. Quote, "The situation as it presently stands concerning the 70 Nigerian army personnel who were granted presidential pardon after being tried for mutiny and sentenced is that they remain discharged from service and to be paid discharge benefits. There is, however, a lacuna here because the official gazette of their pardon did not publish their service numbers alongside their names, and the concerned personnel have not physically presented themselves to the Department of Personnel Management of the Nigerian Army to fill the necessary forms and to comply with other protocols for their discharge. They need to physically report to the Department of Personnel Management with their identification cards and other relevant service documents to complete the procedure for discharge." End of quote. At the height of the insurgency in Nigeria's northeast, Baga fell when Boko Haram attacked the headquarters of the Joint Task Force in 2015. The army said that officers failed to repel the attack when Brigadier General Eniton Ransom Kuti was commander. However, during his trial, the officer denied all the charges, and his lawyer argued that the Nigerian army failed in its duties to provide the necessary equipment in the war against the terrorists. He was tried, convicted, and jailed for 6 months.
we also got the same pardon for a general whose rank was reduced to a colonel. The military authorities have since restored this rank and paid him his entitlement, benefits. So it is discriminatory that these soldiers have not been given their own entitlements. And that is why they have come again to me to request me to continue to press the authorities to address their own problems.
We are still appealing to our own president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, to help us intervene in this matter and meet with the Nigerian army or invite them on this matter. Let the needful be done to us. If one person has been attended to, let us also be attended to, because the same pardon that carried us. Does it mean that the power vested on the president is not effective? And we are still appealing to the Senate President, the Senate Committee on Army, the NSA, they should please intervene. Minister of Defense, 70 soldiers are dying in silence. They should help us and let our right be given to us. Let us be settled. Chief of Defense Staff and also the new Chief of Army Staff, presently, General Olufemi, he should intervene and look into this our matter.
While the 70 soldiers appealed to Aso Villa, General Ransom Kuti had since gone to church for a Thanksgiving service to celebrate what could be described as absolute freedom. The general's Thanksgiving is a subtle reminder of the predicament of the 70 soldiers seeking equal treatment from the Nigerian army. They hope for good news from the army headquarters in a period of harsh economic realities in the country. In the meantime, Nigerian troops have been recording a string of successes in the fight against the terrorist organization in the north, perhaps in sharp contrast with the situation 11 years ago.
In 2014, we had some restrictions in getting equipment from our foreign partners. But now, because of the professionalism of our force, they have no more concerns selling us equipment. So now we have grown in our equipment holding, ranging from aircraft to military platforms. And this has brought about overwhelming military force and pressure on the terrorists. And as you know today, we have over 120,000 terrorist combatants that have surrendered. That is in the northeast. We presently have surrendering going on in the north central as well as in the northwest.
Forgiveness is an attribute of the divine, and that the Council of States demonstrated in 2022. And as I stand at the base of the unknown soldier whose heroic exploits at war is the very essence of the annual Armed Forces celebration and Thanksgiving Day, 70 Nigerians come to mind. Their plea is for the Army to release their terminal benefits and discharge certificates to ease their troubles as they gradually get used to life outside the barracks. Their sufferings should nudge on the conscience of the authorities concerned to do what is right and save their souls, for time is of the essence. From Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, Ovieteme George, Arise News.